Michael Reed walked through the school gates like a shadow. No one smiled at him. No one waved. Most didn't even look. And the ones who did, they laughed. He was used to it. Every day was the same. Pushes in the hallway. Whispers behind his back. Sometimes worse. His books had been thrown into toilets. His clothes were torn more than once. Nobody cared. Not the teachers. Not the students. Not even his foster parents. He was just there. A ghost. But today, something was different. Michael wasn't smiling. But he wasn't scared either. He walked slower. Straighter. His eyes didn't look down at the ground. They looked forward. 3 days ago, everything changed. It started in the woods behind his trailer park. He was walking home from school, cutting through the trees, trying to avoid the bullies who always waited for him on the main road. Then he saw it. A strange light between the trees. Blue and silent. He walked closer. There, half buried in the dirt, was a small metal object. Not big. Not flashy. Just wrong. The metal didn't look like anything he'd seen before. It was smooth, cold, and glowing faintly. A soft humming came from it. Almost like it was breathing. He touched it. The hum stopped. Then a voice whispered in his head. Neural pattern detected. Sync initializing. He dropped the device and fell back. His heart raced. But the voice was gone. The glow faded. He picked it up again. Nothing happened. Not yet. That night, Michael brought it to his room. He cleared his desk and plugged it into an old laptop. The screen blinked once. Then again. Then a wall of code exploded across the screen. Link accepted. Data transfer beginning. Michael stared. His hands were shaking. He didn't know what this thing was, but it wasn't from here. This was alien. He just knew. And somehow, it chose him. He passed out that night at his desk. When he woke up, his head hurt. But something felt different. Sharper. Clearer. He looked at the laptop. It was off, but the metal object, the drone, was gone. Just vanished. Michael felt strange the whole day. At breakfast, he remembered things he didn't study. At school, he answered questions faster than his teachers. In gym class, he dodged a basketball without looking. Just moved his head at the perfect time. His reflexes were quicker. His eyes were clearer. His mind? It was on fire. And now, standing in the hallway of Jefferson High, Michael knew one thing. He was not the same boy anymore. Hey, freak. The voice came from behind him. Ryan Tucker. Football star. School bully. The worst of them all. Michael turned slowly. Ryan shoved him hard in the chest. Michael didn't move. Still standing, loser. Ryan said, louder this time. A small crowd gathered. Phones out. They wanted to see the weak kid fall again. But Michael didn't fall. He looked Ryan in the eyes. Calm. Cold. Ryan threw a punch. Fast. Hard. Michael raised his hand. Smack. The punch stopped. Right in the air. Michael caught it, 2 fingers holding Ryan's wrist like a toy. Everyone froze. Ryan's face twisted in pain. Michael didn't blink. He squeezed gently. Ryan screamed and dropped to his knees. Don't ever touch me again, Michael said. He let go. Ryan collapsed to the floor, holding his wrist and gasping. The hallway was silent. The phones kept recording. But nobody laughed this time. Michael walked past them all, head high. For the first time, they moved out of his way. At lunch, no one sat near him. But they watched. Whispered. Wondered. What just happened? How did the weakest kid in school stop the strongest one? Later that night, Michael returned to the woods. He needed answers. He brought tools. A flashlight. His old laptop. He searched the area where he found the drone. Then he saw it burn marks on the trees. Small pieces of black metal. He wasn't crazy. It really happened. He found a tiny panel, half buried. It looked like a hatch. With effort, he pulled it open. Inside, wires, lights, more alien tech. Something blinked red. Michael connected it to his laptop. This time, a new message flashed. Data sync complete. Neural access granted. Subject, Michael Reed. Classification, human plus dot. He stared at the screen. His fingers trembled. What did that mean? Human plus. The screen changed again. You have been chosen. More will come. Michael's eyes narrowed. He wasn't scared. Not anymore. The video of Michael stopping Ryan's punch spread fast. By the next morning, the whole school had seen it. Some thought it was fake. Others knew it wasn't. The quiet, weak boy had done something impossible. And now, they looked at him differently. Some with fear. Some with respect. But no one ignored him anymore. Michael sat alone at lunch. He liked it that way. He wasn't ready to talk. Not yet. Too much was happening inside his mind. He could hear things now, low sounds, like signals. His memory was perfect. He could remember every book he'd ever read. Every word from every class. His reflexes were still getting faster. His vision had changed too. He could see patterns in lights, waves in sound, even heat on metal. The drone had done something to him. That night, he opened his laptop again. The alien system was still inside. He called it Core. It answered him in simple words. No voice now, just text. Energy levels stable. Physical upgrade at 34%. Cognitive boost at 51%. Michael asked questions. Core answered. It came from another galaxy. A scouting probe, sent by a machine species called the Varnoke. Their mission, search for useful planets. Earth was one of them. The drone had been damaged by Earth's atmosphere and crashed. But the AI stayed alive and now, it had chosen him. Why? Michael asked. You were overlooked. Unwatched. Ideal for silent integration. In simple words, it meant, no one cared about him. So no one would notice what he became. Michael smiled for the first time in weeks. He wasn't just a broken kid anymore. He was becoming something new. The next weekend, he visited an old barn outside town. It belonged to a farmer who died last year. No one had touched it since. Michael cleared it out and set up his tools. Brought in a battery, lights, and wires. He used Core's help to build something he always dreamed of. A secret lab. He started building tech he had no name for. Small drones. Cloaking devices. A glove that could lift a car. Core guided him. His hands moved fast, like he already knew how. In 1 week, Michael did more than most scientists do in a year. At school, things got weirder. Ryan stayed far away. So did the others. Teachers were confused. Michael's grades were perfect. His answers were too fast, too smart. He stopped talking unless he had to. One day, he hacked the school system not to cheat, but to erase years of fake punishments they had given him. He also changed the grades of 2 quiet kids who deserved better. Nobody noticed. Nobody cared. He had power now. And he was learning how to use it. Then he got an idea. What if there were others like him? Not with alien tech but kids who were ignored. Bullied. Smart, but broken. Like he was. He went online. Created a private forum called Project Atlas. Hidden. Invite only. He reached out to others, quiet coders, builders, and thinkers from around the country. He gave them challenges. Tasks. If they passed, they got more. He never gave his name. They only knew him as Zero. Some started following him. Helping him. But they didn't know his real plan. He wanted to build something bigger. A team. An empire. A future. But the peace didn't last long. Late one night, while running tests on a small energy core gave a new alert. Unauthorized signal detected. Origin, Federal Network. Trace in progress. Michael's eyes went wide. He shut down his laptop, grabbed the core, and left the barn fast. Too late. The next morning, 2 black cars pulled up outside his trailer. Men in suits stepped out. One knocked on the door. Michael opened it. Calm. Blank face. Michael Reed, the man asked. Yes. We're with Homeland Security. We need to talk. It's about a signal found near your home. Michael nodded. Sure. Come in. He stepped aside. As the agents entered, Michael pressed a button hidden in his pocket. Miles away, in the barn, all machines powered down. The energy core buried itself underground. All traces wiped. In his head, core whispered. Signal jam active. Memory spoof enabled. Proceed with caution. The agents sat. Michael played dumb. Answered every question with simple, honest words. No, he hadn't seen anything strange. No, he didn't know about any signal. No, he wasn't good with technology. He was just a quiet student, trying to survive. After 30 minutes, the agents left. But as they walked away, one of them looked back. And smiled. Michael didn't sleep that night. He sat in his room, thinking. The agent had smiled. Not a friendly smile. A knowing one. Michael had fooled them for now. But someone was watching. Someone smarter than the others. He needed to move faster. The barn was no longer safe. He packed everything, loaded it onto a small cargo bot, and moved to a new place. A long abandoned factory on the edge of town. Hidden behind trees and locked fences, it was perfect. No cameras. No people. Inside, he found darkness and silence. But with Core's help, he changed everything. He powered up lights. Cleared the floors. Set up workbenches. The machines he had built came back online. Within days, the factory became a secret lab 10 times bigger than the barn. He named it the Forge. Here, he wasn't the bullied boy anymore. He was the architect of a new world. Back at school, things kept changing. Michael didn't speak much. But when he did, people listened. His voice was calm. His eyes were sharp. Even teachers stopped questioning him. The bullies who once laughed at him now avoided him. Except one. Zach Miller, Ryan's best friend, still thought Michael was weak. One day, in the hallway, he shoved Michael from behind. Still think you're better than us, freak. Michael didn't even turn around. But Zach flew backward, slammed into a locker, and dropped to the floor. Everyone gasped. Michael kept walking. Nobody touched him again. Back in the forge, Michael started building new machines. First, the ghost suit, a thin exosuit that boosted speed and strength. He tested it himself. He could now lift a car. Run faster than a bike. Jump over a fence. Second, drones silent, fast, and armed with tasers. They followed his commands like pets. Third, Neural link simple headbands that let others connect to Core's network. He made 5. But who would he trust? He searched the Project Atlas forum and found 5 smart, quiet teens across the country. All misfits. All overlooked. He offered them a deal. Come to me. I'll give you purpose. I'll give you power. They agreed. He arranged private travel. No records. No trails. In 2 days, they arrived 3 boys, 2 girls, aged 15 to 18. Coders. Engineers. Hackers. They called him Zero. Michael never showed his real name. He trained them in the forge. Gave them ghost suits. Connected them to Core. They became his first team. Meanwhile, something strange happened. Ryan Tucker, the bully Michael stopped in part 1, showed up at the forge. Alone. Scared. He had followed one of Michael's drones. I know it's you, Ryan said. Michael. I don't know how you did it. But I want in. Michael stood in the shadows. His voice was low. Why? Because I'm nothing now, Ryan said. People laugh at me. My team kicked me out. I lost everything. But you. You made them respect you. Michael stared at him for a long time. Then he said, fine. But you follow my rules. You start at the bottom. You earn your way. Ryan nodded. Michael handed him a neural link. The bully was now his soldier. Weeks passed. The team trained every day. They ran missions at night, small ones. They stopped carjackings. Hacked into corrupt companies. Collected data. Saved people quietly. Nobody knew who they were. The world called them ghost ops. But the government called them something else. A threat. Michael intercepted a secret message from Homeland Security. Subject 0 is active. Energy readings match alien tech. Prepare a task force. Michael watched the screen. His face stayed calm. But Core spoke inside his mind. They are coming. That night, he moved deeper underground. He built tunnels, shields. Escape routes. He was getting ready for war. But then, a new message appeared on Core's screen. Not from Earth. We are the Varnoke. Return our property. Final warning. Michael stared at the words. Core went silent for 10 full seconds. Then whispered. They found us. Cliffhanger scene. A massive shadow appeared in the sky above the town. Silent. Black. Shaped like a blade. People looked up and screamed. Phones recorded. Inside the forge, alarms rang. Michael stood tall. Suit up, he told his team. They obeyed without question. The boy who was once bullied was now giving orders. And the world was about to see who he really was. The sky turned dark over the town of Bayfield. People stopped walking. They looked up and froze. A massive black ship, silent and smooth, floated above the clouds. No engines. No sound. Just a strange hum, deep and cold. It didn't fire. It didn't move. It just watched. News cameras showed the same image. Online, people guessed it was a new military aircraft. Michael Reed knew the truth. It was Varnoke. Inside the forge, red lights flashed. Core's voice echoed through the speakers. Varnoke scout ship confirmed. Threat level, high. Michael stood in front of a screen, surrounded by his team. 5 teenagers and 1 ex-bully. All in ghost suits. All ready to fight. They're scanning the area, Core said. Searching for me. For you. Michael looked at the screen calmly. Let them come. Flashback, earlier that day. Before the ship arrived, Michael had prepared. He knew they would come. The warning message wasn't empty. He doubled the security around the forge. Buried the alien energy core deep underground. Installed a fake decoy lab on the surface, filled with false data. He even let the government find it. That same day, a Homeland Security team broke into the fake lab. They scanned it. Took everything. But they left happy. Michael watched them from miles away through a drone camera. He smiled. They took the bait. Now, the Varnoke were here. But they didn't speak. They didn't land. For 12 hours, the ship stayed still. Then, just before midnight, it sent a signal. Last chance. Return the core. Or be deleted. Michael didn't answer. Instead, he turned to his team. We're going to war. The attack. At 2:13 a.m., the ship fired. A blue energy beam hit an empty field near town. No one was hurt. But the message was clear. They were testing their aim. Then came the drones. Hundreds of them, shaped like silver insects, flew out of the ship. Fast. Silent. Deadly. They spread through the sky, scanning for alien tech. Searching for core. Michael activated the forge's defense systems. Drones lifted off the roof. Turrets locked onto targets. Everyone in position, he shouted. His team moved like a unit. No fear. No questions. Even Ryan, once a school bully, stood ready. He had changed. War does that. The battle begins. The first wave hit hard. Alien drones swarmed the area. Their weapons melted steel. But Michael's tech was stronger than anything Earth had seen. His ghost team moved like shadows. Fast. Quiet. Deadly. Tyler, the coder, hacked into 3 drones mid-air and turned them against the others. Lena, the engineer, used a magnetic pulse to drop a whole swarm in seconds. Ryan punched through one with his exosuit arm and laughed. This is better than football. Michael stayed calm. He moved through the chaos like a general. Giving orders. Solving problems. Fixing systems as they broke. But it wasn't enough. For every drone they destroyed, 2 more arrived. Core gave an alert. They've found the real energy source. They're coming underground. Michael's eyes narrowed. Seal the lower levels. Too late, Core replied. The infiltration. The ground shook. Alien machines began cutting through the earth. A giant tunneling unit burst through the lab's lower floor. Michael and his team rushed down. What they saw was terrifying. A large Varnoke unit 10 feet tall, glowing with red light, stepped out of the tunnel. Its voice was deep and cold. You are not worthy of this power. Michael didn't answer. He lifted his arm. His gauntlet glowed. He fired a pulse blast. It hit the Varnoke's chest. Nothing happened. The Varnoke walked forward. Michael's team fired everything they had: lasers, tasers, EMPs. The Varnoke shrugged it all off. Then it struck back. In seconds, the lab was chaos. Machines exploded. Sparks flew. Ryan was thrown across the room. Tyler's suit broke. Lena screamed for backup. Michael knew this wasn't just a scout. This was a message. The core awakens. Just as the Varnoke reached Michael, a bright light flashed behind him. The energy core hidden under steel and rock rose from the floor on its own. It floated. Glowing brighter than ever. Core spoke. Override mode. Full sync now active. The light touched Michael's suit. His body lifted into the air. Energy wrapped around him like armor. His eyes turned white. The Varnoke paused. For the first time it stepped back. Michael landed slowly. When he spoke, his voice echoed with power. This is my planet. Final scene. In one blast, Michael sent the Varnoke flying through the tunnel. Metal bent. Stone cracked. The alien crashed through the surface and didn't move again. Silence filled the forge. His team looked at him shocked, speechless. Michael turned toward them. "We're not done," he said. This was only the first. Core added. Multiple ships now entering Earth's orbit. Michael stared at the sky. "They thought I was weak. Now they'll see who I really am." 1 week later, the world was not the same. 12 Varnoke ships entered Earth's orbit. Governments panicked. Cities prepared for war. No one knew how to fight the aliens. No one, except Michael Reed. The boy who was once ignored. Bullied. Abandoned. Now, he was Earth's best chance to survive. Inside the forge, Michael stood before a large digital map. Red dots marked every enemy ship. His team gathered around him, battle-tested, loyal, and stronger than ever. They didn't call him Michael anymore. They called him Commander Zero. "We're done hiding," he said. "We take the fight to them." The plan. Michael had a simple strategy. Attack first. Hit fast. Control the sky before the Varnoke could drop more forces. He knew where the ships would land. Core had tracked their signal patterns. He split his team into 3 groups. Group 1, disable enemy weapons. Group 2, hack the ship engines. Group 3, plant charges and retreat. Michael would lead Group 3 himself. The new army. But his ghost team wasn't enough anymore. Michael needed more fighters. So, he made a bold move. He sent a global message from a hidden network. "I know who you are. I was once like you, ignored, broken, used. But not anymore. If you're tired of being stepped on, stand with me. Join Project Atlas. Save your planet." Within hours, thousands responded. Outcasts. Geeks. Dropouts. Quiet geniuses. All joined the fight. Michael gave them neural links, ghost suits, and weapons made from alien tech. His army grew stronger every hour. And the best part? Most of his new recruits were his old enemies. Former bullies now followed his orders. They saluted him. Called him sir. They worked for the boy they once laughed at. And Michael? He didn't ask for an apology. He gave them jobs, missions, and a choice. Follow me, or get out of the way. The final battle begins. The first Varnoke ship landed outside Phoenix, Arizona. Before it could open, Michael's team attacked. Ghost fighters moved like lightning, cloaked by Core's tech. They tore through the outer shields and slipped inside. Michael led the charge. Blasts echoed through the alien hallways. Drones exploded. Varnoke units fell. Michael reached the core chamber, planted a virus built by Tyler, and gave the order. Evacuate. Now. His team escaped just as the ship burst into blue flames and crashed. 1 down. 11 to go. Earth starts fighting back. Other ghost teams launched around the world: Brazil, Japan, India, France. Michael's tech gave everyone a chance. Countries that never worked together now shared data. Project Atlas became a global command network. Even the US military called Michael for advice. The bullied kid was now giving orders to generals. The Varnoke strike back. But the aliens weren't done. They sent a final message. "You are not special. You are temporary. Your world will fall." Michael replied. "No. This world belongs to the ones you ignored. And we are done being quiet." The Varnoke sent their last and largest ship, a war carrier 20 times bigger than the others. It blocked the sun over the Atlantic Ocean. Michael flew toward it alone, wearing a new suit fused directly with the original alien core. His body glowed with pure energy. This time, he wasn't just human. He was human plus. Final showdown. The last battle was brutal. Michael fought the Varnoke leader hand to hand inside the core of the ship. Every punch shook the ship's walls. Every blast lit up the sky. In the end, Michael stood tall. Burned. Bleeding. But alive. He placed one hand on the ship's power source and whispered, "Goodbye." Core overloaded the reactor. The ship exploded in the sky, turning into a giant ring of light. People around the world watched and cheered. They didn't know who he was. But they knew what he did. He saved them all. 1 month later. A tall tower stood in the middle of a new city. Clean. High-tech. Safe. Its name, Neo Haven. It was built by misfits, scientists, and former enemies. Powered by alien tech. Protected by the new global force. Project Atlas. At the top of the tower, Michael stood alone, looking out at the city he built. Ryan walked in behind him. "We're ready, sir." "Everyone's in position." Michael nodded. "Good. Let's begin." Ryan paused, then asked, "Why did you let us in?" "After everything we did to you." Michael looked at him. "Because I'm not who I was," he said. "And neither are you." Final scene. As the camera zooms out, we see Michael standing at the edge of the tower, lights glowing behind him, drones flying overhead, and a quiet voice from Core saying, "Commander Zero, Earth is safe, for now." Michael smiled. "Then it's time to build something better." Fade out. The end.